Special call Finance Committee meeting for budget hearing September 18th, 2025. Councilor Smith?
Here.
Waltney?
Here.
Almon's out, Brandt's out, and Harden.
Here.
All right, we
have
got
a quorum.
3 and have a quorum. I'm going to just remind everybody of this. Bo and I were just talking about it, and I'll remind everybody else later. We moved the Thursday night budget hearing next week to Monday. So we're starting at 4:30 on Monday, and then the committees are going to be to follow the budget hearing. So we'll start finance as soon as the budget hearing is over, and then whatever else is next, and whatever else is next, and whatever else is next.
Is it 4?
4:30. Yeah.
And then we're also meeting Wednesday.
On Wednesday, yes. So we'll meet on Monday and Wednesday of next week. Yeah, so that's,
So next Thursday's moved to this Monday, not the next Monday, correct?
yes, right, coming on the 22nd, before committee meetings.
Is the Thursday one?
Is the Thursday night budget hearing, correct? That is correct. Yes,
Moving it backwards.
yes, right, moving it from the 25th to the 22nd. Yes, correct. Okay, with that out of the way. We are going to hear from Mr. Sims and Mr. Graves tonight about our fleet and our IT departments. And because Blake's is scheduled to be very quick, maybe not quite as quick as Randy Hambley's, but maybe, we're going to let him go first. So, Blake, come on up.
Good evening.
Hey, Blake.
All right. So, what we are requesting this year in our building improvement and our capital is just for our AC unit, for our break room and locker room, bathrooms. It is the original unit from when the shop was built. We started to have a little issues with it. We've got it limped in right now, but due to be replaced. Got that quote from Mr. Garrett, so asking for that. On into the equipment and general capital. We are asking for a new scan tool, this one with our new patrol vehicles. Our current scan tool can't do on-road diagnostics. It is limited, but with this new scan tool from Snap-on, we will be looking at, it'll be able to be utilizing data logging and on-the-road diagnostics. With these newer vehicles, it has to be updated with that one. And on to the big one, I'm asking for a toolbox and tools for each technician. It's going to be 7 toolboxes for the technicians and 1 toolbox for the equipment service worker. He's our tire guy, but he does just about every other little thing that comes in the shop. So we're asking for a full set of tools to be provided to them. And it'll be used for day-to-day repair, but it also is recruitment. This year we had to hire two positions. One was an auto technician, one was an equipment service worker. And we got turned down by a guy because he had to buy his own tools. And it's a big investment. To get started, you're going to be a minimum $15,000 to $20,000 out the gate if you don't have your own box. One of the things about the dealerships these days, if you come on 3 years, they'll provide you a box and tools. And it's hard to compete against these bigger dealerships, bigger truck repair shops because of what they provide. And if we could do this, it would be a huge asset to us. Within the next 2 to 3 years, I'm going to lose 3 guys. One's got about 36 years in the system. The other's got to have about 15. And when I go to replace those, this will be a huge recruiting tool.
So those are actually ours that we're going to let them.
It will be the city of Homewood. It
It'll be
will
like
not
the
go
loans.
to anybody. We will inventory these tools. We will do a inventory on a monthly, semi-monthly basis. So,
You know how they get lost so quickly.
yeah, and they will be responsible for them. We've already ironed it out in the shop what we're going to do and how they're going to be held responsible. Things break, and this is the tools that we've got quotes on, a lifetime warranty. Hey, something breaks, they're going to replace it. It's not going to be this is a every 2-year thing. This is a lifetime warranty with these tools.
And I think you said, like, you mentioned that a lot of the other dealerships, truck repair shops, but also some other cities do this, and it just makes this a easier, when you're hiring, it makes it a
Yes,
much
ma'am.
better, easy thing. Because, I mean, if somebody's taking a job and they know that right out front they have to have a $20,000 outlay, that's
Yeah, and
decision maker.
especially with these younger guys coming in, it's hard to get started in it these days because of the expense of it.
Yeah.
So, but on into Any questions?
And those will live at the shop, and y'all will have a special place for those to be?
Yes,
and-
each technician will have their own box.
Yeah.
Each technician will have their own tools. And what we'll do, like I said, we'll do inventory on these. They're not a take-home program. They're
Yeah.
not a loaner program, not to other departments. It's just shop.
Yeah,
So,
okay.
in the vehicles, I'm asking for a pickup truck to replace a '03 Expedition. This will be our shop supervisor's take-home for on-call stuff that he handles. So,
And I'm assuming you're gonna price that and
yes, ma'am.
do all the.
We
do all-
will,
yes.
we will do that.
Yes, 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 yes. Which you are now doing for
The entire
every
city.
department, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Is that it?
That's it. Questions?
It's kinda like when Randy was here, and I was like, I was waiting on the next slide, and I'm like, what are we
Okay,
doing?
done.
What are we doing?
I
Okay,
got
Four
yeah.
minutes.
No.
So, Blake, where do we
Yes.
move your utilities to? I see some of them are split with police and traffic, but I noticed you drop natural gas, electricity, water, sewer, and wireless off your
It's-
budget.
All moved to the city or IT?
IT?
Yes.
Gotcha.
I
Okay.
picked up vehicle maintenance and all city fuel.
Yeah, I know you picked up those, that went up dramatically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a little
Yeah,
bit of
yeah.
an increase.
Yeah. Okay, thanks.
Good.
Thank you, Blake.
Good job, brother.
All right, Mr. Sims, you're up. I have a feeling yours is gonna take a little longer.
No, it's
It's
all
4 minutes, let's see if you can beat it.
it's all flux capacitors and thermo retrofits.
Yes, sir.
All right. So starting off, we will be requesting adding in one additional PC network technician. This will be our frontline person. Effectively, this gives us a second person who is strictly dedicated to answering help desk tickets and just kind of keeping the day-to-day business running so that Justin and I can theoretically be fully dedicated to back of the house and infrastructure related duties. And I guess in the line item request, this is really kind of showing things that have migrated to IT. So the copier and printer no longer will be living in different departments. So we're gonna have the full cost of our contract for the copiers as well as any maintenance that they incur.
Well, Brandon, will that, since we have been doing it per department, everybody's been doing their own contract for copying, and now that it's kind of being consolidated under you, will that give us any better pricing in terms of doing it kind of as a bulk discount, or is that not really how it works?
So really, they were really all on one contract
Contract
anyway.
anyway,
The
okay.
library was separate.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't really affect our price in that sense. Our price did go down slightly per copier unit
Yeah.
because we chose to keep the same copiers because our volume was so low on so many of them
Okay.
that they were like, well, if we give you a new one, it's gonna be about the same.
Right.
But we added on some software to kind of help us to manage all of that, and so it brought the price right back in range where it was before.
Okay, okay.
So,
All right.
And when you talk about copier and printer maintenance,
yes.
that $70,000, is that just for our monthly, we're renting all that, correct?
That's for the rental fees for the copiers as well as the what they call the maintenance, but it's the per click cost that you're paying for the printing, and the support services and all that stuff that comes along with it, the toner and all that.
And that's for everybody in all of Homewood's
That's
city?
for all of the copiers. There's some printers at the library that are still
Right.
standalone.
Because I think those are the ones that they use for patrons, like that people are using as opposed to employees.
Okay.
Yeah. So we have data center battery maintenance. There over at the police department, there's a huge UPS unit, and the batteries have to be replaced on that every 5 years or so. And so we absorbed that money from fire that they had reserved for that. The wireless communications, that is the cell phone bill for pretty much everybody in the city. There are a few exceptions with some people being on AT&T FirstNet, but we're not absorbing that. We didn't touch that just yet because we want to be careful with those. But this will cover the full Verizon, so the vast majority of everybody who has a city cell phone will be coming out of us.
Are those AT&T FirstNet people, is that all first responders mostly? Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
And then the document management, that is the big Laserfish software that we use for storing.
Archives.
I was about to say archives, and Bo's group and a number of groups use it at this point, but that will be transferred to us as well. So.
Because we don't do Iron Mountain anymore.
No, ma'am.
Okay.
Are we out?
Yes.
Yes,
We are out with them.
Oh, hallelujah.
Except for, I think finance still has
Yeah,
some
finance is,
stuff with them. Yeah, but not the rest of the city.
Next slide. All right, moving into capital budget. So $10,000 is so that we can get a proper data destruction service for the mountain of hard drives that we have that
Will
were
that
left
be
here
enough
for
to
us.
get rid of all of them?
It should be.
Okay.
I've talked to some vendors and got some preliminary quotes, so it should be enough to cover all of them.
Okay.
We've got $5,000 for monitors, and those are for monitors for the entire city. And desktop.
These are just, and
I'm sorry.
Life cycle replacement.
Yes, life cycle replacement. So
you don't know today what those look like. You're just putting a budget number in the budget so you can do that when they come along.
So we had, I'd have to go look at the previous year's number, but I purchased about this many when I first got here, and they are all gone. And so part of it is people are moving to have dual monitor setups. Part of it is we have a lot of old monitors that are dying. And then part of it is we're adding new people who account for new monitors altogether. So monitors actually move relatively quickly. But part of it is, as Glenn mentioned, lifecycle management. We're just trying to get rid of some of the really, really old monitors because people are complaining that colors don't match and they have spots and lines in their screens and things of that nature. So the following two items are also part of life cycle management. The desktops and the laptops, these numbers are to put us on a 5-year cycle to replace all of them across the city. The one below that, network infrastructure, this is actually for us to get rid of all of the remaining old switches and networking infrastructure in the city. So we'll be swapping out network switches, getting our access points updated and things of that nature. So that should be enough to cover the entire city based off my original estimates.
And so essentially what you're saying is for the desktops and the laptops, those costs will probably be repeat in the budget for the next several years until you get all of those things.
Correct. So this right here represents replacing 60 units per year.
Yeah.
Right now we have, I want to say about 450 total units.
Wow.
So it's just a churn to keep them up to date.
Sure.
Laptops, we have way fewer if you don't count all the MDTs over at police because they pay for that. But that is a cost that I believe will continue to rise as people take advantage of flexibility. And for some people, these numbers will adapt over time because one of the things that we're looking at is for people who tend to be mobile users is instead of giving them both a desktop and a laptop is moving them to a laptop primarily and just having a docking station so you just work and go as you need to. But so we'll adjust those numbers as we continue to go.
And so that $1,500 for a for a laptop,
What are you saying, 15?
that's an average
Oh,
12.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, so that
High.
right there, that amount is to make sure that we can cover, because some people have to have specialty units. So Kale is a good example. We're pricing him out a laptop now. If I gave Kale the same laptop that I have, he wouldn't be able
Do
to
any of his
function.
work.
Yeah, so we have to kind of make sure that we account for
Okay.
needing those specialty units. Any questions about the networking infrastructure? So just for record, this, we expect to get a minimum of 5 years out of this networking equipment. I believe we'll get closer to 7 to 8 out of it. And so this is a pretty big refresh, and this number should drop substantially in the upcoming year. Yeah.
But that will get rid of all the old stuff?
This will get rid of all the old stuff, get rid of the old edge devices, give us the ability to do Wi-Fi as it should be. So there's a number of things that are kind of hinged upon this.
Yeah,
but,
okay.
yeah.
That all makes sense.
Next slide. Servers and storage. So right now we have transitioned the vast majority of servers in our environment to be virtual. We're no longer doing standalone servers. And so we're running right now a cluster of 2 here at City Hall and another 2 over at the police station. We've replaced both here and 1 at the police station, so we need 1 more to refresh their cluster over there.
Yeah.
And then that way they'll be on another 5-year cycle before we need to replace those as well. Storage at some point will need to be addressed, but it doesn't need to be addressed in this budget cycle. Backup batteries and UPSs. This is separate from the data center UPSs. This is actually for the smaller backup and power surge devices that you have either under desktops, under people's workstations, or in switch closets at times for smaller setups. So this is more so for key locations, which again, we've run through all but about 6 of the ones that we have now. So those go out pretty quick too. Tools and peripherals. This is for us to continue to buy things such as tone wads and screwdriver sets, crimp tools, and things that we sometimes need as we go along. These will be following the lead of well, gone now, but of Blake to make sure that we are inventorying and making sure that these tools stay with the department and don't wander off as well. Security cameras. So this number is based off quotes that we received from our incumbent security camera maintenance group. Many of the cameras here at City Hall are so old that they can't get replacement parts for them anymore, and many of them are suffering from a degradation of visibility. So they recommended that we budget for replacing a number of those units.
And do we know how many that will be?
I don't remember exactly what the unit count was, but the quote they gave us was this amount, so
Yeah.
we're going to get as many as we can for this
For that
amount, whether we
amount.
go with them or a
Whoever
different
else.
group.
And that's like the security cameras at the rec center and the
That's
gym.
just for the ones here.
That's just for City Hall.
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Where all do we, I mean, everywhere, basically.
So the ones that IT currently manages are the ones here at City Hall.
Okay.
There are security cameras at Parks and Rec. I mean, they are in many of our locations, but the ones that we manage directly are
the
here at
ones
City
here.
Hall.
Do we know if the ones in those other locations are as bad off as the ones that are here?
So the ones at library, I think y'all heard about that. They're
Yes.
working on getting those
Yes.
some TLC.
Mhm.
The ones at the other locations are in better shape, but still need to be addressed.
Okay.
That's part of what we're looking into this year, is doing more assessment to try to understand what all is there that still needs to be addressed.
Sure.
So,
Okay.
And remember, there's capacity capabilities here. There are very few of them.
Oh, no, right, no,
So,
yes. I would much
the
rather
ability
you be
to
making
take
sure
on
our
everything.
computers are safe than going around all over town looking at security cameras.
well,
I mean, we'll get there,
We'll
but
get there,
today,
yeah,
okay.
absolutely.
He has big intent, and I'm trying to slow him down, stay with what you can accomplish and manage in your workload, not to bite off more than you chew, because he'll kill himself working, and I'm trying to keep him for.
Yes, we need you, Brandon.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
My body is reminding me right now that I can't do the late nighters the way I used to.
Yeah.
We were here late the other night and I'm still feeling it. And then we move into the building improvements. So this is a fund for the repairs and upgrades that have been done to the physical door lock system that we've had here. I kept this number consistent with what it's been in the previous year because we've had a number of times where either the cards just completely go out, the control cards,
Yeah.
or we had to call them on to do where y'all have tried it, where you try to come in the side door and the swipe badge just
It
doesn't
won't
work
work.
on one particular one.
Yeah.
I'm not convinced that we don't need to take a more comprehensive approach to this system, but for right now, we just need to keep it running.
Sure.
So that's kind of the approach.
Okay.
And I think that's it. Is it?
Is there another slide, Brian?
Oh, there's
one
more. Okay.
Darn
Yeah.
it.
So chairs with lumbar support would be nice.
If you're gonna be here till 3.
If you're gonna be here, sitting on buckets, but that would be nice. And if we plan to hire another person, I'd like to have a few funds to make sure that we can outfit their office space as well. So in the capital expenditure for software, the $24,000 is to purchase what's called CAL licenses. So for those who are unfamiliar, anytime you have a Microsoft server, Microsoft says you have to buy a license for the server itself, and then you have to buy a license for every user and or for every endpoint that is in connection with that server.
Yeah.
I am unable to locate where we have those, so we're gonna do that so that we can get in compliance.
Okay.
And then the 18,000 is for the document management add-on. So we've talked with the folks over at ICC about Laserfish. There's some great things that we can do with their Forms professional suite that would help save Bo and his group a lot of time and allow us to enable some other more advanced workflows within the city that could be helpful for things like contract management, submission of agenda items, things of that nature that right now Laserfish is I think it's a solid system, but we're not taking full advantage of it, and that's because it was partially configured and kind of partially bought.
Yeah.
And so we would like to do that as an add-on to increase our digital footprint with what we can just not only do internally, but what we can offer to the citizens for how they can make certain requests.
Sure.
So, and then last is Justin's 2001 Crown Vic.
Oh, bless him. Bless his
It's
heart.
it's running.
I mean, he loves it.
He does. He doesn't want to give it up, but Blake has said, "Hey, man."
Right.
So
That is a
They don't make
24-year-old
parts
car.
for it
yeah,
Right.
we need to make a move.
We're gonna have to start using
So
paperclips.
we're looking forward to. Right now, we're trying to get a little RAV4 or something we can stick a server in the back of it and get to and from. But I think that's it for us.
All right. Does anybody have any questions for Brandon?
Yeah, I have a very dumb question. At some point are you here still at City Hall? I know at one point, didn't you talk
Yeah.
about moving to HPD at some point?
So
We did.
We did.
Okay.
So, and I just got notice today that my person over there has to move. So we'll talk about that. So City Hall and police are the two major places where IT issues generate. Other places have issues as well, but by volume, these are the two main places. So I've kind of remained here because me and Justin, I guess, represent the presence that is most needed knowledge base here.
Yeah.
But if we hire the other person, there's a good chance that they will also be stationed over at PD. But we'll have to talk through that and figure out where the space is right.
Sure, you're up on board.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And so your plan is that the new person, and do we know, is there a list for that right now currently?
There's a list, but the list is the type of list that it auto refreshes biannually, and it's already like 5 months old.
Oh,
So,
okay, so it might be a little out of date.
Yeah, so,
Okay.
they basically told me that it will refresh again in November.
Okay.
And so I'm
So
kind of.
once the budget gets approved, then maybe look at some new things. Okay. Anybody else have any questions for Brandon? And for those of you who were not here at the very beginning, I would just remind you that our meeting that was supposed to be on Thursday, our budget meeting that was supposed to be on Thursday of next week, is moving to Monday. We are going to start that meeting at 4:30, and all of the committee meetings are gonna then follow that, kind of like we always say, to immediately follow. So finance will start once the budget hearing ends, and then the other committees will follow after finance. And we are going to be on the Thursday topics for discussion, which are now gonna be our Monday topics for discussion, are the general funds, those extra funds like court and 4 and 5 cent gas tax, 7 cent gas tax, those smaller funds. The changes to revenue, which that should be pretty easy, and then employee funding matters. So that will be our Monday topics, and we will start here at 4:30. And those notice for those meetings are going to be budget hearings starting at 4:30 with the sequential meetings, committee meetings to follow after that.
30 minutes enough.
I know, I have the same thought.
I doubt it. No, that's why we're saying immediately to follow. So it's likely that finance will not start at 5. So that's what his notice is gonna say. Finance will start immediately following the end of the budget hearing.
4?
Hmm?
Should we start at 4?
I mean, we can, I mean, he hasn't posted the notice yet, so I don't know how that works for,
There's enough time.
John?
you think 4:30 is good?
No, I think there's enough time to post it down to 4.
Oh, okay, you think it's enough time to pay,
Should we
okay,
get
I see what
4
you're.
Monday?
I had 4 on my calendar.
Oh, you did have
Sent out
4?
before, yeah.
Okay, all right.
I'll put that in a
Jody,
conference
could
and
4
I have no
possibly work for
idea,
you?
So yes, just say yes.
Okay, all right, okay, well then we'll adjust it to 4 then.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Okay, so I stand corrected. We're gonna start at 4 with the committee meetings to follow immediately after the budget hearing ends. And with that, I believe we are adjourned.